Bianca. So I just wanted to apologize. I know I haven't posted a video lately, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So this video will be talking about heart auscultations and how to distinguish S1 from S2 sounds. So with S1, you'll hear lub, and with S2, you'll hear dub. So with S1, your lub sound, that is actually your mitral and your tricuspid valve closing at the beginning of systole. And then with your S2 sound, you have your dub, and that's actually your aortic and your pulmonic valve closing at the end of systole. Okay, and so of course, for the purpose of us actually doing heart auscultations is so we can be able to listen to what the heart sounds like, and also how often the beats occur, and how loud the sound is as well. So basically what I was first taught when I was in nursing school, when I first started nursing school by my doctor, is to always learn ape to man, because that's actually the order that we're supposed to auscultate in. So that's how we're going to start off with today. So here we have our little patient, and so we're going to start off with pointing at the second intercostal space, which is your aortic valve that is on your left side. Then we'll move over to your second intercostal space on your right side, and that is your pulmonic valve. You'll move down to your third intercostal space, and that is your Erb's point. You'll move down to the fourth intercostal space, and that is your mitral valve, your tricuspid valve, I'm sorry. And then you'll move down to your fifth intercostal space, and that is your mitral valve. So a lot of times, if you're not only dealing with the male patient, you're dealing with the female patient, you'll have to lift up the breast to be able to go ahead and listen well to that mitral valve sound, because of course you have tissue that's in the way, so you just want to work through that. And as I was saying, you're probably wondering what the Erb's point is. So Erb's point, basically, that's where you can listen to S1 and S2 sounds equally, and also if there are any heart murmurs, that's a great location for you to look at. As I was saying, of course, if you do have any difficulty with being able to distinguish where you should be able to perform your heart auscultations, you can be able to feel slightly on the patient, and you'll be able to tell where those intercostal spaces are, obviously between the ribs. And also I have just a little bit of information for you on how many heartbeats for each patient you're supposed to have. So of course for your infants, you're supposed to have anywhere from 100 to 160 beats per minute. And then your children, 1 to 10 years old, you have 70 to 120 beats per minute. And then your children between the ages of 10 to adults, that's your normal 60 to 100 beats per minute. And then your average athlete will be anywhere from 40 to 60 beats per minute. And that's it for today, guys. Of course, if you have any questions, any comments, just drop the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys like it.